Okay, I think we're live. Maybe. I think we're good. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a smart person. Okay. Hopefully the music's good. Music good, everything good. Tell me now before everything happens. Stream good. Get out of here, Golden. Alright, so tell me, is music good, everything good? You know. I haven't been on my computer. I haven't touched my computer in like 3 days, I think. Oh, okay. Well, hi. You go to work, boy. Alright. Everything good, hopefully. Later. Alright. Music, everything like that good? Tell me now. Need to make sure. Hold on. Just making sure everything's good. Okay. I guess everything's good, I hope. Alright. Let's play. Oh. Well then. Since I don't want to be like banned off YouTube, I think I'm gonna have to press, you know, and disable, because, you know, I don't want to get demonetized. I mean, I'm not making money off this, but I still don't want my channel to be deleted and get like strikes like that. So enable 18 plus content? No. Maybe. Alright, let's go. 10 minutes. Just 10 more minutes. Back to Francis in English. God, I'm already choking. I eyed the clock anxiously, awaiting the moment every student in the classroom yearned for. Just another 10 minutes, and I'll be free of this place. Wait. Oh. Wait, what are the controls? That's my question. Oh. Well, crap. Okay, there we go. Just another 10 minutes and I'll be free of this prison. A handful of other students followed my example, watching every second tick by as we waited the end of another school day. Time seemed to slow down the closer we got. Our teachers became more tired and drawn out, and every moment became agony until at last. Alright, class, that's it for today. Proving to be as unmotivated as the rest of us, our teacher concluded the lesson with time to spare. Early mark! Aw, yeah! Please take down whatever notes you need for the... Azuri, what are you doing? Before the teacher could finish speaking, I had stuffed my belongings into my school bag and jumped up from my seat. Oh, sorry. Goodbye, Sensei. That was rude of me. Oh, I'm a female. Oh, okay, so I'm a female now, okay. How could I leave the classroom without saying goodbye to our teacher? Zuri, that's not what I... Before Sensei could lecture me, I dashed out of the classroom with the kind of grace and elegance one would expect from a high school girl. Okay, so I need to become a female, guys. Really now, trying to chain me to that boring classroom. What kind of life is that? Life is for living. I'll study when I'm dead. Yeah, that sounds like me. I skipped gleefully down the hall, ignoring Sensei's aggravated shouts, and headed straight for the front door entrance. As disheartening as it may sound, this is pretty much a normal day at school for me. Pay as little attention as possible. Sneak out of the class at every opportunity, and then leave the second our teacher puts his chalk down. For some serious reason about their studies, such a lifestyle would seem blasphemous. God, English is not my strong suit still. Conversely, anybody interested in club activities or spending time with their friends would consider it a waste. But not me. My only regret is that I can't leave class any sooner and not attend it to begin with. Because the truth is, I can't stand this place. Yeah, sounds a lot like me. What a day. I was asleep in class more often than I was awake, and I'm pretty sure I didn't learn a thing. Papa would be pissed if he knew. Oh yeah. After returning home from school, I buried my head in my pillow immediately after reflecting on my actions. Though I had no problem leaving class early or skipping class, my father was another matter altogether. I shuddered at the thought of what my father might do if the school rang him. Having an ace detective for a father isn't much fun as everyone thinks. He has an innate ability to sense when I'm hiding something from him, and his interrogations are never by the book. Holy crap, I can read today. I'm no expert in legal studies, but I'm pretty sure tickling me into submission is a violation of the Geneva conversation. Why do I do this to myself? As I sighed deeply over my own fate, I glanced around the room for some way to kill the time before my father returned. Unfortunately, unlike most girls my age, I don't have any interest in fashion or TV dramas or boys or anything considered girly. Worse, as easy as life would be if I were a tomboy, I had no interest in sports or video games either. The only recreation I ever indulge in is the detective training my father has mandated since I was a little girl. Really, Papa, this is all your fault. What kind of father teaches his only daughter about useless junk like that? Even if I did want to be a detective, you could have at least waited until I was out of diapers. Wow, that's sad. If only Mama was still here to keep him in line. My mother left us when I was still a toddler, shot by someone with a grudge against my father. Oh, damn. My grandparents offered to take me in, but my father stubbornly refused, insisting that he would take care of me. Unfortunately, his fatherly duty ended there. Always occupied by work, he left me at home alone on a daily basis, leaving me to more or less fend for myself. The only time we ever spent together was his mandatory detective training, or when I get in trouble at school. Needless. The later became a habit. It's not that I have a problem with learning. If the subject is interesting, I'm happy to pay full attention. That sounds exactly... Girl, me and you are on the same page there. But every day, it's just the same boring, useless junk. Really. The way things are going, I'd better off. I shook my head as negative thoughts began to cloud my mind. Living such an uneventful life, I often found myself thinking things I shouldn't. I contemplated leaving home, quitting school, or just doing something terrible so Papa would have no choice but to watch over me. Even though I knew such things were bad, with a life as meaningless as mine, I had no reason to think that way. After all, what is the point of living a life without meaning? I nearly marked from school. How do I use it? I really need some excitement in my life. Oh. In the butt, you'll be good. As darkness began to fall over the city, a solitary figure stalked the night. They walked up and down the street looking for an artifact long forgotten. Valuable artifact of enormous value, exceeded by only its power. But no matter how long they searched, the artifact eluded them. Not here either. I know it's around here somewhere. I'm not good at voice acting. I know. Many years have been spent tracking the valuable item down, but only now was the search reaching its conclusion. After so many hunters reached their demise seeking the relic, it's only the one person unable to use it had proven capable. After so many years of searching, praying nobody would beat me to it, I shall once again take possession of that which is rightful mine. Tonight, I shall take to the stars once more. As another day drearily passed by me, I found myself pacing around the house, waiting for my father's imminent return. I wasn't in a hurry to see him. In fact, if possible, I hoped to spend the night without facing his incessant questioning. But a part of me craved the interaction, any FaceTime my father might offer, and I knew I'd have to face the music sooner or later. Jeez, I've been through this countless times, but facing Papa still gives me the nerves. It makes me nervous. I guess there's a reason he's so good at his job. Playing nice cop won't always cut it. As I mulled those carefree thoughts, I could hear the sound of a key unlocking the front door. Welcome back, Papa. Oh Christ, what am I doing with my life? Faced with my enthusiastic greeting, my father only stared at me silently. He placed his coat and suitcase on the kitchen table, loosening his tie, and let out a weary sigh. Hard day at work? When is it not? When is it not? My father turned to face me. His voice sounded relaxed, but knowing my father, it was merely the calm before the storm. Of course, it would be easier if I didn't keep fielding phone calls from your school. Honestly, you snuck out of class again? What if I told you about disrespecting your teachers, huh? In a split second, he jumped from a relaxed tone to an interrogator mode. Hey, it's not like that. Oh, then what was it like? Class was already over. The bell was just about to ring. Yeah. You can just go to your room and think about what you've done. Papa. Now! Interesting. Without putting up a fight, I headed straight for my room and slumped down on my bed. I had no desire to further enrage my father. I knew that the longer we spoke, the more information he would extract from me. So, if my sentence was to be a night cooped up in my room, then I considered it a light punishment. Not that it really matters. I already ate dinner before Papa came home, and I have nothing interesting to do anyway. Whether I'm in my bedroom, the living room, or the kitchen, it doesn't change the fact that I'm bored out of my mind. The only upside to being since my room is I get to jerk off. I know how to sneak out. Having escaped from my room, I quickly left earshot of my house. I headed down the street going the opposite direction of my school and aimlessly strolled through the night. Phew, much better. I hate being cooped up in that house almost as much. I hate being stuck in school. It's different if I have something to pass time, like a good book to read or a new crime documentary to watch. But the other 99% of the time, sleep is the only thing I look forward to. While silently complaining to myself, I lost track of how far and for how long I had been walking. I crossed countless roads and all unfamiliar to me, and wound up in a part of town I had never visited before. Oh no, this can't be happening. I got lost in my thoughts and forgot to watch where I was going. Worse, I didn't bring my mobile phone, so I can't call Papa for help. Actually, that part might be for the best. If I rang Papa now, I'd not only be scolded for leaving class early, but also for sneaking out of the house, and worst of all, for getting lost. Papa, a good detective, is always mindful of their surroundings, so getting lost is... That's it! The training my father put me through bubbled to the surface. I combed through my short-term memory, mapping out a path back home. I worked backwards, through every intersection, every park, every vacant lot along the way. Never thought that excessive regimen my father put me through would ever come in handy. I thought it was all just useless information, completely bereft of any practical application. Sorry, stretch. But now, in my hour of need, I wish I had paid more attention. I tried my best to recall the path I took, but as I was deep in thought at the time, I hadn't paid attention in the slightest. This is bad. I'm just gonna get myself more and more. I've probably crossed over into another city by now. If I don't find a payphone, or ask someone for directions, then just as I began to feel desperate, a shadowy figure emerged before me. I couldn't see their face due to the darkness and how far away they were, but nonetheless I had found someone. Finally, I'm saved. Hey! As soon as I called out, the shadowy figure ran in the opposite direction. Oh no, you don't! I chased after the mysterious person, paying no heed to the circumstances surrounding us. Even if it seemed dangerous, shouting out to a complete stranger in the middle of the night, I truly needed their help. I don't care if they think I'm a rapist or an axe murderer or whatever. The sun will come up soon. I need to find my way home ASAP. When chasing after the figure didn't work, I decided to take a more stealthy approach. Using my father's detective training once again, I stalked my target, keeping my distance and waiting in the shadows. And surely enough, after not catching a glimpse of me for a while, the figure let their guard down. Phew, that was close. My target breathed a sigh of relief, but moments later they appeared to be overcome by wonder. Wait a sec. They moved towards the platform in the middle of the warehouse we had wandered into. Though conspicuous and obviously suspicious, the platform had a certain allure, like it was holding a sacred treasure. It is! I finally found it! I need to call HQ immediately. Without wasting a moment, the figure ran outside, either excited or desperate after their interesting find. Now this is quite the bind. Now, I know I should chase after them, I should find my way home before my father realizes I'm missing, but despite knowing better, I walked straight up to the platform. You idiot! Sitting on the platform was a box, a small square black box with strange characters all over it. Whoa, what language is this? Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Picked up the box in one hand, then opened it with the other. And inside I found a ring. Yup, a ring? Inside was a ring engraved with characters similar to those on the box itself. A gold ring big enough to fit on the finger of a full-grown man, yet slim and smooth enough that a woman might wear it. Huh, it's kind of a letdown. The ring is obviously too big for me. And even if it wasn't, I'm not really into jewelry. Then again, it would be a waste not to try it on. Despite the obvious difference in size between the finger and the ring, I slipped it onto my left ring finger. Zuri-chan gets to be brought after all. I wonder if Papa would let me buy a wedding present. As those carefree thoughts floated through my mind, I remembered something important. Uh-oh. Papa. Completely forgot about finding my way back home. Finally, I set my priority straight and I began to pull the ring off my finger. As much fun as this has been, I really need to get home already. However, as soon as I touched the ring with my other hand, the fucking Christ. What the heck? Uh-oh. Ha, ha, ha. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I wanted to try the wing on, but now I'm a thief. Look down at my ring finger, the glowing ring adoring it. And how is it that this ring now fits me perfectly? I don't remember having such chubby fingers. That light too. Why did the ring flash like that? I'm so confused. Despite my complicated feelings and muddled thoughts, I kept running. This has to be a dream. Nothing this bizarre could happen in real life. When I wake up tomorrow morning, everything will be back to normal. Left alone in the warehouse, divot of human life, a single being strolled through the darkness. Tracing their fingers along the box, wrapped in alien writing, they breathed a sigh of both relief and frustration. To think a human would lay their hands on the ring before I did. A young girl at that. I was so close. And yet... The being suddenly clenched their fist and smashed the alien pieces. All of that time and effort, all of those lives lost. I can't afford to let that ring fall into the wrong hands now. If that human girl refuses to hand the ring over, then I'll take care of her personally, meaning I'm going to shove my fist so far up her butt, her hand will rip off. I know that makes no sense, but deal with it. After a long night patrolling the city and an even longer morning trying to find my way back home, I finally took refuge in the warmth of my own bed. I slipped off my shoes, removed my glasses, let my hair down, and finally... God damn it. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Granted, from the monetary of my usual daily life, I drag my heels even more than usual as I walk to school. The leg theory? English is not my strong suit. Is by no means a feeling I rarely exhibit. In fact, not a day goes by where I don't feel that way while walking to school. But this morning, my source of dismay was anything but normal. A weird ring on my finger which randomly starts glowing. My father getting angry at me for leaving class early. A night with zero sleep after wandering town all night. And to top it off, I have this strange feeling that I'm being watched. Yeah. Do you see this right there? You're being watched. I looked down at the ring on my finger, curious to see if the pattern thus far held true. Surely enough, all morning, every time I felt like I was being watched, the ring started to glow. Finding out that I have fat fingers was one thing, but this random glowing could be really problematic. Sensei is definitely going to notice, and worse, it's on my ring finger. If he calls Papa, then... Despite my... I quickly turn around as I felt the odd sensation once more. This is getting really weird. A sleep deprivation caused my mind to play tricks on me. I didn't want to consider it didn't want to consider it, but maybe I should skip class and take a nap. Papa wouldn't like it, assuming he finds out, but I only get in more trouble if I fall asleep in class. Besides, this level of paranoia can't be healthy. As Azura completed the final leg of her morning journey, her star emerged from the shadows. So close, and yet still can't get my hands on it. But I'll have plenty of opportunities from here on out. Once that human girl goes to that child containment center they call school, she won't be able to escape. Once I get my hands on that ring, the universe will never be the same again. After wandering around the school a while, I eventually located an empty classroom. It appeared to be a classroom reserved for club activities of some sort, or perhaps simply due for cleaning. All the desks had been removed. Whatever the case, I would soon put the empty space to good use. Now this is more like it. Resting on the floor, lapping up the sun's rays, I kind of feel like a cat. From a bride to a cat. A bride wearing cat ears instead of a wedding veil, drinking milk instead of champagne. I know it's champagne, but I say champagne because fuck you. That sounds much better to me. Yes. Meow. I do. Meow. Now take me back home. Meow. I need to cough up a... What? I need to cough up a fur ball. Once I actually heard myself say that out loud, a furious blush came over my face. That was definitely sleep deprivation talking. I know English, leave me alone. Without further delay, the bright red from ear to ear, I removed my glasses and put my head on the ground. Now it's time for some fucking sleep, bruh. As I lay in the warm sun, not all deterred by the hard surface beneath me, I slept both long and well. My fatigue from last night vanished without a trace, replaced by the energy and enthusiasm I desperately needed. Man, I needed that. There's nothing a good night's rest can't take care of, can't cure, or a good day's rest in this case. I should do this more often. Filled with such carefree thoughts, I slowly adjusted to the light surrounding me. But no sooner had I done so than reality hit me. Oh no, how long was I asleep? It's already starting to get dark outside. Must have slept the whole day away. This is bad. I can't believe it's already dark outside. Just how late is it? Oh, it's not that late. It just looks that way because my spaceship is blocking out most of the sun's rays. Who the fuck are you? Ah, I see. That explains it. Your spaceship? What the hell are you talking about? Sorry, I'm talking about my spaceship. That's what you humans call them, right? I'm not getting the terminology wrong, right? No, I suppose you're... Wait a second. Put on my glasses, which I had taken off before sleeping, and I looked at the person in front of me with far more clarity. This woman. She seems... familiar. Have we met before? You don't look like a student. I don't think I've ever had seen you as a teacher. The stranger looked at me skeptically, as though doubting my ability to remember her. Earthling, we met only last night. Is the memory of a human girl truly so awful? I had heard that the fish of gold would forget every few seconds, but I believed primates to enjoy more memory capacity. I had been informed that I must correct our record post haste. What? The hell is this woman talking about? Did she escape from a mental asylum, thinking she was still in high school? Anyway, forget about that. I'm here to make you an offer. An offer? From a crazy person? I don't think so. But if I reject her outright, she might get violent, so I can at least play along. Yeah, That's right, Earthling. The Z thing, upside down A, E. What the fuck is that? I give up. It's very important to me, and I must have it back at any cost. Unfortunately, you've already seen the what the fuck is that. You already have with it, so I've been put in a difficult situation. The what? Oh, I'm sorry. My human knees isn't perfect yet. Ha 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 ha. Human knees? I suppose a rough translation of that artifact around your finger would be the Ring of Binding. Now that you've already bonded with it, my role here has become rather complicated. Even after the woman in front of me finished explaining, I still don't understand. Sorry, but I don't get it. Ring of Binding? It's bonded with me? What does that mean? And who the heck calls this language humanese? Just who are you exactly? Oh, now that you mention it, it seems I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sina. I am the Queen of Mars. Well, hello, Your Highness. The Queen of Mars? Yes. Have you heard of me? No. Don't say that. I mean, I'm familiar with Mars, but... You are? You, a mere Earthling, are aware of the situation on Mars? I truly misjudged you. It seems you were more capable than I thought. You pesky foreigner. Hey, what the fuck did you just call me? I'm gonna stab you in the boobs. A pesky foreigner. That is the term for someone of a different birth planet, correct? Is that what Earthlings have been calling me ever since? That is what Earthlings have been calling me ever since I arrived here. I'm no longer sure if this woman is crazy or just stupid. Anyway, enough of that. What were you saying about an offer? Oh, that's right. How forgetful of me. The reason I came to you this day was to ask for your finger. You want my finger? Precisely. Where? Oh, that sounded like a moan. Wait, where the hell are you going? Anywhere but here. Run. After running the entire way home, I arrived in record time, despite leaving rather than usual. I ran quickly, taking every shortcut I knew in it. Intermediately checked behind me for my insane pursuer. I knew no good could come from this stupid ring. Why did I ever try on that crazy lady's jewelry? I even liked that stuff. I tried to calm down as I entered my house. Despite the insanity awaiting me when I woke up, I still felt fairly refreshed after sleeping for so long, so it wasn't difficult to restore my mood. Forget about the crazy lady. She's gone now. I'm sure the police will capture her sooner or later. Besides, at this point in time, I have bigger things to worry about. Sorry. I peered into the living room, immediately setting my sights on my father. Albeit rare for him to return home before me, it did happen from time to time. He's just standing there, not moving an inch. Must be waiting for me. I sighed heavily, already hardened by the conversation which no doubt awaited me. Oh well, let's get this over with. Good afternoon, Papa. Boy, you sure got home early today. Did you get off early today because you've been working so hard lately? Maybe you just couldn't wait to see your darling daughter, Uh-oh. He's really mad. My father is truly furious. He doesn't yell or scream. He's dead quiet and wanders like a ghost, ready to snap at any minute. Well, I guess I'll get started on dinner then. Started to walk towards the kitchen, despite my father desperate to escape my father's fury. Don't bother with my portion. I already ate. Oh, that's okay. Just dinner for two then. No problem. What? Emerging from behind my father was Sina, the crazy lady I had tried so hard to escape from. How, how did you... When did you... Huh? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Is that an idiom? I took a deep breath and tried again. How did you get here before me, and why are you here? Oh, I see. You're wondering how I arrived before you, even though you left first. Sorry to say this, but your athletic ability is no match for my transporter, if you will. Converts most forms of matter into light, then... About that. Why are you here? Oh yes, your second question. My apologies. I don't mean to alarm you, but as you suddenly ran away during our earlier conversation, I thought it might be more convenient for you if we continue talking here. I stared at sorry, I take my shoes off. Blankly, unable to see any hint of malice or deceit. If she knows both where I live and what school I attend, then escaping from Sina by normal means may be impossible. But if I had the help of an ace detective on my side, I turned to face my father, who was still unmoving. As I walked in front of him, however, I know something was amiss. My father continued to open his mouth widely, breathe in deeply, then close his mouth and exhale through his nose. His eyes remained wide open, unblinking, as if though he was shocked by something directly. What's wrong? Oh, right. The birth giver's counterpart responsible for your creation. Do not worry. I will return him to normal once we are finished here. Return him to normal? What have you done to my father? Do not fret, child. He is unharmed. I simply swapped his consciousness with that of a fish of gold. I looked towards the fish tank in our living room. You swapped his brain with the brain of a goldfish? Huh? Swap brains? No, don't be silly. I simply swapped his consciousness with that of the fish. Is there a difference? Of course there is. All I've done is temporarily moved your father's thoughts into the brain of a goldfish, and vice versa. That way we can talk freely, and your father will forget everything he hears. But that's amazing! You earthling. But our technology is no more advanced than yours. I don't know if we'll ever manage to transfer entire living creatures into waves capable of being replicated. Sina looks toward the television as she spoke. She thinks that people seen on TV are moving around as formless signals. Technology may be amazing, but this woman is clueless about Earth. Anyway, about your finger. Uh-oh. I thought that if I couldn't run away, I could at least rely on my father to protect me. But in his current state, Papa's just... There has to be some way out of this. Maybe she doesn't want my finger after all. Maybe Sina just got the word wrong. I have to make sure. Miss Sina. Just call me Sina. Okay then, Sina. Why do you want my finger exactly? What possible use could you have for a human finger? Oh. That's a silly question. You humans came up with the ritual requiring the finger, after all. Like hell we did. I don't care what barbaric civilizations this woman has visited before. Around here, we don't chop off fingers. Am I mistaken? For humans, the bonding ritual requires a ring, a finger, and two humanoid entities, correct? So the protocol is to ask the other entity's finger, yes? The human bonding ritual? Wait a minute. She couldn't mean... Are you talking about marriage? Yes, that is... or as Earthlings call it, marriage. That's it. Whew, I was really worried there for a minute. I thought she was gonna cut off my finger like in some bizarre cult ritual. But she really wanted to ask me for my hand. You want to marry me? Yes. Blah. Marriage. We must become one. But why? Why do you want to marry me? We've only just met. Isn't this too sudden? Besides, we're two different species. Why would you suddenly propose to me? I proposed? You're mistaken, Earthling. You're the one who proposed to me. I did? No, I think I would remember doing that. What are you saying? The proof of your proposal is right there. Sienna pointed to the ring on my finger. That ring rightfully belongs to the King of Mars. As the ruling queen, the one who wears that ring is destined to become my husband. You put on that ring and it bound itself to you. That is proof you are fit to be my other. So wait, I'm a dude now? Okay, wait, is this considered lesbian? Because she's I'll just continue. Her other? The ruling queen and her husband, the king? Wait a minute. How could we even get married? I'm a girl. I can't possibly become a king. Now, although the closest translation I could think of for blah is king, my partner needn't be male, or even Martian for that matter. The ring has chosen you, and that's what matters. Unbelievable. A grown woman is proposing to me because the ring told her to? What's more, she doesn't seem to care that we're both girls. No, wait, that isn't the problem here. There's no way I can go along with something this ridiculous. 2 days ago, we'd never met. Now she wants me to be the king of Mars? But what about air and food? Even if I went with you, I wouldn't survive a day on Mars, would I? Don't underestimate yourself. The king of Mars, as chosen by the ring, is far more capable than you think. As one wearing the ring, trifling matters won't affect you in the least. I put on a ring and just like that, I'm already king of Mars? This is too much. Are you really that opposed to marrying me? I can't force you to bond against your will. No, that's not that. It's just, why do you even want to bond with me? Can't you just forget about all this? I wish it were that simple. Many Earth centuries ago, we Martians were at war with the Mercurians, residents of Mercury. We fought for countless years, decimating all visible life on both of our planets, forcing one another into our spaceships. Oh god. But as the war dragged on, both sides harbored an increasing desire for peace, desperate to return to and rebuild our once peaceful planets. It was then that we reached a truce, a ceasefire agreement bound by a sacred ritual. The King of Mercury married the Queen of Mars, and the two were bound together by a powerful relic, a ring forged from rare metals and imbued with untold power. For many years, neither race bore any ill will towards the other. The original reason for the war was long forgotten. We all lived in peace together. It was a wonderful, decent period of time, one we all wish would last forever. But even then, there remained some who craved war. Ugh, God. Few militants reared their heads now and then, seeking to disrupt the peace we had all worked so hard to attain. And one day, following the assassination of the King of Mercury, they succeeded. They stole the ring and launched it into the cosmos, desperate to prevent another bonding from ever occurring. Ugh. Worse, as pure their plan, mistrust over the assassination broke out, and our races faced off against one another once more. So, you see, that is why I need that ring. If I do not bond with the wearer of that ring, it is only a matter of time before our planets become barren wastelands once more. I listened closely to Xena's story, absorbing as much information as I could retain. I found it hard to believe that the ring on my finger, so ordinary in appearance, size, and weight, could be so important. Even so, as Xena finished talking, one question bothered me more than any other. But why me? The ritual was just a gesture, right? Isn't the important part the one that the one you marry is from Mercury? Wait, right? No, that is incorrect. Apologize for using misleading terminology, but marriage is the closest thing you humans have to our bonding ritual. You see, unlike marriage causes both parties to undergo a change, two entities form an unbreakable bond, one which binds their very lives together, such that the death of one means the death of the other. Oh God! In return for the bond, one party increases their strength proportionally to the binding relic. If I, the Queen, were to retain the power of this ring, I could unite Mars and Mercury. Furthermore, Cena spoke of enough power to rule two planets, but even then, she didn't appear to be happy in the slightest. The happy, naive, forceful woman I had yesterday was gone, replaced by a reluctant ruler. Poor Cena. I never would have imagined she had it so tough. Either she gets married to whoever the ring chooses for her, or her home planet descends into war. If I were in her shoes, I don't know what I would do. So, it doesn't matter that if your partner isn't from Mercury? Not at all. As the offspring of the late Queen and King, I am half Martian, half Mercurian. My very existence is enough to unite both planets. All I need is power. The power of the ring. The ring I selfishly, unknowingly bound to my own body. If it weren't for my curiosity, Xena would have nothing to worry about. She'd have the ring. Choose her own path. I'd be none the wiser. But now, I understand that it is a big decision. Is not only an act to be taken lightly. Nonetheless, I must ask that you expedite your decision. I'll give you 1 Earth day to consider my proposal. The day after Cena left me with her proposal, life continued in a relatively normal fashion. I said goodbye to my father, who was trapped inside of our pet goldfish, ate breakfast, cleaned my alien wedding ring, and headed to school. Just a normal morning without any talk of aliens or interplanetary wars or ceremonies of any kind. Even so, after such an abnormal day, there was no way I could go about my day in peace. Every waking moment I wondered about what had happened, and the choice Cena left me. I stayed up most of the night thinking about it. This really isn't a decision I should be rushing. Getting married is a huge deal, especially marrying into royalty. I'd have my own servants, I'd rule over a planet. If nothing else, it certainly wouldn't be boring. Could experience an entirely new way of life, not to mention all the cool alien technology. And yet, do I really have the guts? You only just met Cena. How could I do something as impulsive as marry her? Could I? This whole situation is utterly absurd. How can I even consider going through with it? And then Benjamin Franklin said, "Hey, Zur, are you listening to me? It would be exciting, and no life on Earth could ever hope to compare to it. But what would I be getting myself into? I need more time, more information. The way things are, I can't." Azur! Huh? What's happening? I knew it. You fell asleep in class again. I didn't fall asleep. No more excuses. Go to the vice principal's office right now. Not again. I knew I shouldn't have bothered coming to school today. With another boring day coming to an end, I quickly made my way home. Despite being in school for the day, I spent most of my time outside of class, being reprimanded for my behavior. As a result, the day passed even more slowly than usual, giving me an ample time to think about Cena's proposal. "Cena, are you here?" I shouted into my silent home as I entered the living room. However, I could see neither hide nor hair of Cena. Oh, okay. My father, who was laying on the floor and floundering like a fish out of water, was the only person I could see. Cena? I entered my bedroom, softly out as I entered. "Ah, you've returned. How is the learning prison? Have you fulfilled your sentence for today?" consider correcting Cena, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized there was nothing to correct. I guess so. Though I spent very little time actually attending class, mostly trapped in detention. Ah, I see. So, is that what it means to have a detention? Oh, alright. It's been a while since I've read chat. Actually, it's been 50 minutes. Alright. Hello, people. If anyone's watching. Oh. Hello, Eric Craft 24. Welcome to the stream. I am not a voice actor, and I can't do female voices, so I don't know why I'm playing a visual novel. Visual novel, just deal with it. And I'm having grammar issues like usual. I don't know why. Whenever I do a visual novel, I just use all English. Use all English capabilities or understanding how to read. I don't know why. It just happens. Let's continue. Person from the learning prison called, asking for your father, and informed me that you had a detention. I asked her to elaborate, but she's just told me about you, not about this concept of captivity within captivity. Once again, I couldn't fault Cena's summation. God, I leave me alone. I know English. It's not like I was trying to get in trouble. I was just deep in thought. It's not the only thing you were deep in, if you know what I mean. If you mean to say it's my fault that you were punished? No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't blame you for that. But you're right. That is what I was thinking about. I see. Even after thinking it over all day, it was difficult to reach a decision. A single day was not enough to reach a decision on something as irreversible and life-changing as marrying the queen of another planet. Nonetheless, as my deadline approached, I knew what I wanted to do. Cena, I want to you. Huh? What are you saying? Where did you learn to speak like that? Huh? Did I say it wrong? I mean, that is certainly a stage of bleh, but still, to jump straight to that. Did I say something wrong? I was trying to use the word you used yourself, but I might have said it incorrectly. What I'm trying to say is, Cena, will you marry me? Oh, that is a name I am not reading. Hello. That person, I am not reading your name because no. You mean it? You'll marry me after all? That's right. I'm going to put my vagina in your vagina. The hell am I reading? I need friends. I'm gonna go mess. Bruh. What am I playing? What am I doing with my life? What is anything? What the hell am I doing? That's right. Cena, even if we barely know each other, the truth is, my life has been more interesting these past few days than it has the earlier years of my life. What the come here. The life with you is even half well, then I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You really mean it? You're not just saying this out of pity or a sense of duty as the ring bearer, are you? No way. I wouldn't sign my life away over something as silly as that. Cena, if you'll have me, then I want to be your king, even though I have a vagina and not a penis. This game came out in 2016, I want to say. Give me a sec, I will look it up. I forgot for sure. One sec, I'll look it up. I feel like it was 2016. Might be later. It might be a little later. But Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. This game came out. Oh, never mind. It came out in 2015. Yeah, so it's not that new. It's like 3 years old. All right. Sienna continued to stare into my eyes with a look of pure joy on her face. Tears formed in the corner of her eyes, though never streaming down her cheeks. Ah, geez, if Sienna starts crying, then I won't be able to hold it back either. Driven both by curiosity and the desire to keep Sienna from crying. On to the next step. So, what do we do now? How do we perform this ritual you were talking about? What are you talking about, dear? You already said it yourself. Bleh. In other words, we consummate to our marriage. Consummate? I don't get it. Well, then let me show you. Sienna closed the distance between us, taking my body in her arms. She held me close, tightly squeezing my face into her boobs. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I put it in PG mode. I feel like I'd get my YouTube channel banned if I didn't. Sienna, what the hell are you doing? Shh. Just leave it to me. I'll grab the strap on. I may not have any experience, but my partner is my fated Azure. Then I'll do my best. We did not sleep at all that night. After a long night of passionate love making, one other's. How did I know? I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Yep. Though we both cleansed up and dressed before bed, there were still obvious stains on the blood sheets. And looking at Sienna was enough to make me blush. Whoa! Obvious stains. What type of stuff did you guys do? I'm gonna have to ask you to back up and let me join in next time. Even so, after making my mind yesterday, I knew what I needed to do. Are you really sure about this? If you don't want to go, nobody will force you. Will you stop saying that? I've already made up my mind. Okay. Well then, is there anything you need to do or bring? Interplanetary travel is easy nor instantaneous. You won't be able to return for a while if you forget something. Hey, who do you think you're talking to? I have everything I need right here. Packed the suitcase I packed less than 1 hour ago. Inside were most of the clothes. I also packed a picture of my family, some snacks for the trip, and a couple books. Really? Then I suppose you would at least say goodbye to your father first. My father? Why the hell would I want to do that? I love Papa, but there's no way I could begin to explain all of this. So, let's just leave him alone. I see. So then, I'll put your father in his original body, and we'll be on our way. Sienna touched her arm guard as though typing on a computer. She input the necessary commands, and a moment later she began to animate from downstairs. My eyes! Dear God, what happened to my eyes? Oops. Yes, that's what happens when you go a few days without blinking. Your father appears to be in a lot of pain. Don't worry about Papa. He's tough. Right. Well, just remember all of this when you become a father. Become a father? Good one, Sienna. But I know that's not possible. Even if a girl can be king, it's impossible for me to impregnate someone. Oh, I see. So 2 partners must be the opposite sex for procreation between humans to work? That explains a lot. But We aren't humans, are we? Well, not both of us, at least. So, not to worry, my king. I shall bear your yet. I, I, I don't think that's how it works. But you will? Absolutely. In fact, after the night the night we shared last night, I have little doubt that your seed has already been implanted. Oh, what are you talking about? How is that possible? It's simple. During our bonding, we exchanged ample bodily fluids. Using the excessive amount of DNA extracted from you, my body will begin to create and nurture life. This is how humans procreate, too, correct? Well, she's not wrong, but I don't really know how I'm cut out to be a father. But there's no use complaining about it now. We did just have sex. Hahaha, indeed. Well then, let us be off. We have a planet to rule, my liege, and a lot of work ahead of us. Achievement unlocked. New queen. The end. Wait, what? That's it? Seriously? That's it? Dude. What? I thought this was a longer game. Well, I just had sex with an alien and now the game's over. Wait, what? Since the day Cena and I left Earth, many months have gone by. I've been living on Mars, slowly being groomed into the role of king, preparing to rule by Cena's side. Our daily lives have become busy, filled with duties I never thought royalty would need to concern themselves with. But even then, it's been anything but boring. This picture. Look, my king. The resurrection of yet another monolith is nigh complete. I don't know. At this rate, our civilization will be rebuilt sooner than I dared. The sooner we announce our marriage, no sooner had we announced our marriage than the reconstruction of Mars began. Every day, the people of Mars have been working hard, rebuilding cities long forgotten. Amazing. To think we've already made it out this far. I never knew being a king could feel so rewarding. Haha, that's only the start, my love. Just you wait. By this time next Earth year, you'll be taking part in another rewarding venture. Cena patted below her stomach as she spoke. I was talking about children again. I'm thankful that Cena put off any particular aspect of marriage while we rebuilt Mars, but is it really that important we have children so soon? At any rate, I can't wait to see Mars once the resurrection is complete. It will be wonderful to see the civilization you knew from childhood. Indeed, though it's not as wonderful as spoke of peace and fuck that word. We were greeted by a painful reminder of how far we had to go. What appeared before our eyes was a semi-autonomous fighting unit designed for interplanetary war. Fortunately, the unit that appeared before us had not belonged to the kingdom, not to our advisories, so we were not at risk. Nonetheless, looks like a Gundam. It's almost time, huh? This really won't end without a fight. That unit appeared before us, surfaced in response to a growing need and danger we would soon face. As a tool of war, its presence signified The start of true conflict, our strongest asset in any form, in any fight from here on out, brought to the surface. The mightiest war machine at our disposal, a fighting unit of the late King of Mercury. That's the machine I'll have to use, right? Although Cena kept relatively silent on the subject, I already figured out that much on my own. As the new King of Mars, and by the extension of Cena's lineage, the new King of Mercury, that machine was rightfully mine. Furthermore, it is said that only a true lord can pilot such a massive unit, leaving only Cena and I capable of taking up the reins. But with absolutely no experience fighting, let alone such a machine, let alone using such a machine, the whole concept scares me. If it comes to that, yes, the warrior is already inanimate, and you will become more of a target than any other. If the dissenters breach our defenses, you may have no choice. Serena sounded remorseful as that foreboding message left her mouth. God, I know English, leave me alone. True to her words, while many were thrilled to hear of our union, others saw this as betrayal of the people and an excuse to scale the ongoing conflict. It's scary to think that we're already facing the possibility of death. Back on Earth, I would have jumped the opportunity to highlight something like that, but now, I agree, this is not how I wanted to spend our early days together, ruling side by side. However, as tough as it may be, we cannot allow ourselves to show weakness, neither in front of our enemies nor our allies. We bear the will of the people on our shoulders, and we must put up a brave front. We must continue to work hard for the sake of the people, of our people. And if war is truly the only way to settle this, we'll be ready. Bruh, seriously, that's it? Nah. That can't be it. This one game is an hour long. Explore. The hell? Seriously, was it only that long of a game? Yeah, that's it. That's it, yeah, the game's over. Yep, that's it, the game's over. Huh. 2 achievements, we'll be ready, and new queen, and I got them both. Yep, game's over. I mean, it was a good game, but really, that's it? Wait, bruh, seriously? Come on, man, there's no... Oh, come on, really? That was just a short little game. Yeah, okay, that's it, game's over. Well, guys, if you enjoyed, press like. If you want to see more, then, you know, yeah. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace.